Hello everybody, Kemo Sabi here, coming at you with another video. This is off a CIA Gov webpage. So, this is not exactly a post, but this is an old document that it has been declassified in part, so it's been sanitized, meaning some things are blanked out. So, I just kind of thought it would be interesting. I'll read it out, but so some things won't be in there that were, so it might sound a little bit weird. So, sanitized copy approved for release 2011/12/01 NSA RD P96X0079 OR 0001 0003 0004 bracket 1. So, with the topic of astral projection caper. It says top secret at the top with a line through it. 8th of August 73. Telephone call from blanked. Subject volunteered to attempt to locate a facility in the USSR comparable to the underground installation previously described. Found it, gave its exact coordinates, not mentioned, blank, specifically, but said to be in the Ural Mountains. Subjects described external features, including helicopter pads, rail spur, and some miles away, 30 to 40 miles. Large dish antennas. Subjects said the antennas were used for intercepting downlink telemetry from the U.S. satellites, also for receiving downlink from Soviet satellites. CIA found such a facility at coordinates given by subject. Photos show large dish antennas. The number of antennas were different from that counted by subject. Their dimensions were slightly different. In a double-blind experiment, subject would fed the coordinates of a small Soviet-occupied island in the Indian Ocean. The island did not show on the map used by the experimenters. In fact, the latter assumed the subject was being targeted against open oceans as a test. Subject began drawing a large-scale map of an island. Following its propriety, he soon ran off his sheet of paper, continued on another sheet, and continued this process until several separate sheets had been filled in, and subject had returned to his starting point. When the pages were joined together, the result was an exact match of an absolutely accurate telegraphical map of the island. Subject also described exactly what was going on the island. The 23rd of July, 73. Chapter 2, Astral Projection Caper. Telephone call from. Subject has made a second visit to the underground installation. This occurred at 1930 hours, also known as 7:30, on the 15th of July, 73. Price's description, surprised at the number of government personnel working on a Sunday evening, 2 military officers having a conference. They were Colonel R.J. Hamilton, Chief of Security, probably newly assigned, and M.Gen. George R. Nash. Nash was upset about a security leak and emphasized that it must be stopped. The name of the underground facility is Hayfork or Haystack. Other code words on papers and documents in the facility are Flytrap and Minerva. On the north wall of one room are a series of gray locked cabinets. Inside the cabinets are a number of folders marked with code words including cue ball, 14 ball, 4 ball, 8 ball, and rack up. On the outside of a cabinet is the word pool. Subsequent actions has been with USAF Security Service for many years. I know him personally. And at the bottom of that one it said classified by DI RNSA NSAM 123 bracket 2 exempt from GDS EO 11652 CAT. And then date cannot be determined. Another little bit. Found nothing close in either rank or name to M.Gen. George R. Nash. found that Flytrap and Nerva cue ball pool had been used as code mythological designators, nicknames, and voice radio call signs in the past, but not since about 1966. Some go back to, it looks like it says the 50s. No record of current assignment or usage. And then another page here, Astral Projection chapter. Looks like it just jumps to chapter 5. 17th of September 73, a brief summary of new developments, findings, and observations. 1. We received copies of 2 SRI reports containing more details of the initial Price and Swan visits to the something location. One of the reports states that Price was given the target coordinates by phone, but emailed his response back to SRI, and that he took about 24 hours to begin writing his description of the area. This leaves his performance about as solid as a chunk of Swiss cheese, and there is plenty of time for him to look at a map, refer to aerial/space photos at a library, etc., perhaps even to confer with Swan. 2. The SRI reports contain the coordinates of the Ural Mountains and the Indian Ocean targets. These were passed to, it's hard to read, it looks like S11 was with a request to check them out. The result, it's been blank. Available to NSA, does not show anything within a 25-mile radius of the target in the USSR. We have not tried to recounsel this finding with oral report of CIA's finding. We have asked S11 to expand the search area to a 50-mile radius. And we have chapter 4. And the 6th of September 73, and it looks like the other one was chapter 3. It's just a weird symbol, hard to read. Visit to OMDR George Long, NIS, by way of background. On the 14th of August 73, I briefed OMDR Long generally on this caper and asked him to personally determine whether the or any resemblance to the subject's description of the so-called underground installation. I provided Long with a copy of both the Price and Swan narrative description and the 2 maps down by Swan. Long visited the facility, and the following are his general comments, written details to be furnished me in a day or two. There is an astonishing similarity between Price's narrative coupled with Swan's maps and the real thing. The general's physical layout of is almost identical with the Swan's map NR2, including the depression of some sort and the something round, the flagpole, the road, and some of the buildings. There is an underground facility consisting of something floors. The first floor is unclassified, with the one below a classified record storage area. The dimensions of this latter, same as given by Price. There are a large number of gray filing in the room. There are not now, and so far as OMDR Long could determine, never have been people assigned to the facility with the names of Hamilton, Nash, or Long as claimed by Price. No one OMDR Long contacted at the facility admitted to recognize any of the so-called code words seen by Price. A guide escorting OMDR Long on the tour of 2 of the buildings volunteered that this is our haystack facility. The results of some independent actions I have taken over the past several weeks to confirm/deny the validity of the Price/Swan information. There was an NRL experiment run at circa 1969 to see whether, as could be tracked via moon-bound signals, the equipment employed at was called the haystack installation. It probably was still used by the Navy, but presumably MSA doesn't know what for. And something else. There is indeed an island at the Indian Ocean coordinates. It shows promptly on a map in a commercially available alias in S13. Its name is Kerguelen island, and it belongs to France. The outline of the island as shown in the atlas does not bear much resemblance to the price drawing. Reproduced in one of the SRI reports, we seem to have both hits and misses here. Something called again, stating that he and others in CIA were so concerned that he had briefed the Director of Security on the full details and recommended that there be a high-level scene between CIA and NSA on the matter. A high-level meeting, sorry. I advised him that Mr. Tate would the NSA point of contact for such a meeting. And that's all of it. Kind of broken up and everything else. As I say, a lot of blanked out stuff. But basically what I think it is I guess they must have had some kind of experiment on astral projection and had somebody draw a map of this place, and it doesn't quite 100% match, but it's close, it sounds like. Anyway, interesting. Leave some comments, hit that thumbs up. Peace and roll till the wheels fall off, everybody. Thanks a lot. Sabi out. Bye.